Airpods 3rd Gen review. So, Apple has updated the standard design for AirPods, and because I love what I do, I bought all 3 versions and compared them side by side. Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Benjamin Butcher, he, him, and I make videos about tech and gaming. Okay, so for the sake of clarity and simplicity, I'm going to be referring to the headphones as the 2s, the 3s, and the Pros. Let's start with upgrades. Honestly, I love that they've officially made them water and sweat resistant. It is, however, a little surprising to me that this wasn't the case from the get-go. I know Apple's saying that these have better sound, but when compared to the previous generation, I have to say that I'm honestly not noticing a huge difference. Next, let's talk about noise canceling. So obviously, the 3s don't have this feature. The next question, of course, is it worth paying the extra $60 for? Obviously, this depends on how much noise you have to cancel. If you frequently find yourself in crowded buses, gyms, and cafes, then even though it's not the industry's best noise canceling, I think you will find it to be very useful, especially when combined with music. The next category is going to bleed together with this one a little bit, but that's sound quality. Okay, so the sound quality on the 3s is decent. However, I should point out the obvious that noise canceling would make it better. That said, the quality is about industry standard. Again, not a huge difference from the previous generation as far as I can tell. Again, I'm not an audiophile. On the whole here, I would have to say it doesn't really feel like Apple's doing anything radically different with these headphones and the sound that they make. On the note of spatial audio, again, not a new feature, but I do have to say that while it's a cool feature, it also feels a lot like 3D TV, where the industry is really excited about it, but in actuality, the experience is sometimes hard to notice or quantify, especially if you aren't actively listening for it. Next, battery life and charging. Again, nothing crazy exciting here. One thing that I was really happy to see was they added MagSafe to the charging case. This might seem like a trivial thing, but this is a feature that has ruined my cat's ability to push my headphones off the counter, and I love that. This is a feature that I really wish my AirPods Pro had. In the future, I would really love to see them enable reverse wireless charging. Now, it's partly that I just like to nerd out about magnets, but wouldn't it be cool if the AirPods could snap to the back of my iPhone and charge there? If you've ever used AirPods of any kind before, then you know that the batteries are really good. I've been using mine for years, and I found that they are more than enough for 90% of use cases. I know that the 3s are supposed to have a longer battery, but honestly, I didn't notice a huge difference between them and my 2-year-old Pros. Next, design. The design of the 3s is a significant improvement over the previous generation, but I do have to say that we still haven't gotten a good way to do volume control. I did just mention this in my Sony Buds review, but how is it that wired headphones did this so well for so long, and it's something that true wireless earbuds are still struggling to do well? Something that the 3s do actually do better than the Pros, however, is that they're more secure. I know that might sound a little crazy, but I've worn both for workouts and yoga, and the 2s and 3s are just so light in my ears that they don't fall out. With the Pros, they're a friction fit in my ear canal, and if I'm sweating or if I'm in downward dog, I can feel them slipping. It doesn't happen a lot, but it might be important to you to know that sometimes they do fall out, especially if ear security is a priority for you. Going back to the 3s, I do like that the stems are now shorter, obviously, and while they do sometimes catch on things, I really do like that they add symmetrical control to the headphones. It's very nice. Also, it's not a new feature, but I also like that Apple offers the ability to customize these controls as well. Honestly, I feel compelled to mention that I dislike that Apple does not offer AirPods in matte black. It might sound silly, but this is a very deliberate design choice, and as something that goes into my pocket very regularly, it would save a little of my sanity to be able to hide some of the dirt. One last thing, and then I'll stop talking about design, I promise. It has always bothered me that true wireless earbuds have specifically been designed as right and left. There may be some audio engineering reason that I'm not privy to, but honestly, wouldn't abandoning left and right orientation make these headphones easier to use? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Ultimately, here are my final thoughts. If you watch this entire review, then you might be thinking, Ben, you're not really talking about new stuff, you're just hashing stuff out that Apple has done before. And you would be absolutely right, and that's kind of the point that I'm making. In comparing all current versions of AirPods earbuds, I have to say that the latest design feels like a definite improvement. As was the case with the iPhone 13, however, the upgrade feels a lot less like Apple changing the game and more like them keeping up with an industry that they created. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm BRPTG, and as always, I'll be right back.